Hello and welcome back. My name is Katinka. I'm the seamstress at the cottage, and over here we talk about sewing and everything else related to it. And today I'm going to give you my honest review on these two machines. The first one is Singer Heavy Duty 4423. Then we have the Brother 2504D. So my sister, she wanted new machines and she said she's going to buy them and then I can use them while I'm over here. So I went and I did my research because in my head there's only one make and that's Bernina, but oh my goodness, they are just unaffordable now. So I did my research to find more affordable machines that can do the things that she needs. She's on a farm, she's got horses, so she will have to sometimes fix the horse blankets and stuff. And she also wants to do some general sewing. And she has to fix her husband's pants because they always go through and they break and they tear. So she needed something that could really work hard. So after all my research, I came across these two. They were quite affordable. I think this one was 6,000 and that was 6,000 and something, or 5,000 and a half, I think. And this one was also about there. So in the end, the two machines together came to 12,000, maybe 500 rands. Which is still pricey, but it's not 26,000 like the Bernina, which I would have bought for my sister to do this one's job. So it's a big difference. So I made my summer wardrobe on these two machines in the last week. And in there was some soft flowy material, there was some thick denim, there was some linen, and then there were some anglaise and like a thin cotton. So I was literally working with a whole range of different fabrics. Sometimes you find that when you have a heavy duty machine, it doesn't work well with thinner fabrics, like my industrial heavy duty. I could work to medium weight, anything thinner, and it would just pull it up, and I couldn't get it to work properly on that. So I was really surprised to find that this machine was able to work through all those different types of fabrics. I even did some satin on it, and it was fine. And usually I do not like a bobbin that comes in from the top, but this was flippin' awesome. I'm going to get to that now. Let's first speak about the setup. It is a very simple machine. It's got a metal mechanism in here. The rest is plastic, but this part in here is metal. So it's very durable. Then everything is very intuitive. I don't know if you've ever worked on a sewing machine where you kind of like, you just can't find your way with it. With this, it was so easy. Now, I know I understand sewing machines and I've worked on lots of different ones, but I was really surprised on how efficient and easy this one was to do everything. The only thing I didn't like is when you are sewing and you're holding your fabric, then this hit your finger, that little screw, which I didn't like. I've never really had that happening to me on any other machine. So that I didn't like. So I would work with thick fabric, holding it on the side, and it would literally hit my finger to the point where it got sore. So that's a design flaw in my opinion. Everything else worked so well. I love that you can also put a little peg in there if you want your cotton to stand up, which I did sometimes. And also, what is really nice is you can keep your machine threaded, put your bobbin cotton up, put the cotton that you want to thread, wind your bobbin up on there, because it's got this little peg that goes in there, and then you can wind your bobbin without undoing your machine. And as soon as you click it in, it disengages the mechanism for your needle. With my Bernina, for example, I have to unscrew this button, and if I don't screw it tight enough, then the machine feels like it's spinning. So I love that part. I also love that this is the width of your zigzag, your needle position. Oh my goodness, the needle position. It's so easy. You've got your 3 positions. Often machines, not my Bernina, but some other machines can only move the needle to one side, not both sides. This one has 3 positions. It's either on this side, in the middle, or on that side. It was perfect. And I used it so much. In most of the things I sewed, I actually used it. It was nice if I wanted to do top stitching and do 2 rows to keep them equal or even. It really worked well. I also like that up here, there's this little button and you can tighten or loosen it for the pressure of your foot. That really worked well, especially when I was working with different thicknesses of fabric and different weights of fabric. And I think that's it. Oh, I want to tell you about this bobbin. So, have you ever been sewing and then suddenly your bobbin runs out? With this that you can see, you can actually see just before the bobbin runs out. So I could keep an eye on it while I was sewing to make sure that I don't run out of bobbin thread. And another thing that I would do is I would actually wind all the bobbins I need for a project, because then you can just take them, and I would put them on that little peg that was over there, and I could just take them off and pop them in there. Overall, out of 10, I will give this machine an 8. I did feel like some of the things, like sometimes the tension would go out a little bit when I was sewing really thick fabrics. So for that reason, it's an 8. And for this thing hitting my finger, that's also where it lost the point. But if you are looking for an affordable machine that's really a workhorse, I would really suggest the Singer 4423. I know it's got a little bit of a smaller brother. I can't give my opinion on that because I haven't worked on it. But it's also in heavy duty. But this one was awesome. Let's move over to the brother. So I had a brother overlocker when I bought my first machines in 92 or 94, I think it was, or 96. And I loved it. I really love that you have the, what was it? Oh, you lift the foot on the side, because I'm left-handed and I'm holding stuff with my left hand. I love that I could lift the foot with this lever. So you can lift the foot with this lever, which works so well. All the tension and stuff is over there. It's got a differential foot. But the thing that I love most about this machine is this. Don't look at how dirty it is. I still need to clean it after I've done my whole wardrobe on this. So do you see that? Oh, let's just clean it a bit cleaner. Do you see that little maneuver key there? You pull it out completely, and then it's set for our hem. The other thing is, do you see this little lever over here? If you pull that lever that way, then number 4, this one, it's such a mission to thread on normal overlockers. With this one, you pull it and it comes out. And then you can get into that corner over there, which I love. It is literally one of the easiest machines to thread. I also like that you can put the width of the blade over here, which I of course made on its widest because that's what I like. Let's talk about the more general things. Something that most people don't tell you with overlockers is these ones. So most people think you have to set it and then it's set for life. Well, sadly it doesn't work like it. When I was working with thinner materials, you play with these two. So you know when you have overlocking those threads and it pulls up, then it means this one is too loose. So then you tighten it. Tighten higher numbers. Or you loosen this one. So remember, as you loosen this one, the tension or the tension between the two will change. But I usually just play with that one. So I would, with the thinner fabrics, I would tighten it or loosen it depending if this was pulling up or pulling under. So if that thread over there was pulling over, then I would tighten this one. If this thread over here was pulling underneath, then I would loosen this one. So play with these two. They are usually your best bet. Don't be afraid of your overlocker. Then with these, this is the stitches that holds the overlocking thread. Just look at it. If it makes little loops, it means it's too loose. So you just tighten it a little bit. A little bit can be even just that. So if it was on 4 and you just move it a little bit, just play with it. You can really not break it. What I would do if I were you, take a photo of where your settings is at, play with it until you're happy, and then just put it back to those settings if you're afraid that you might not get it right again. And that is all the mechanical things of this machine. Now, let's talk about the sewing part. I was sewing. One thing I really love as well, it's got this. It is so awesome. And it doesn't move around. The machine I work with, it's a Bernina something in America. That one, this moves around. It doesn't, here, it literally hooks in there and it stays there. And it works like a charm. I love it. I also was really impressed with how well it sewed through the different types and thicknesses of fabric. I was even able to overlock my hat through at the most 8 layers of denim. All you have to do is just go very slowly. And that is something you need to remember, is that if you are sewing, we are so used to just going through it and make it as fast as possible. Sometimes you just have to go slow. One thing I forgot to mention, which I did find annoying about this machine, the Singer, is that it doesn't go that fast. I'm used to some machines that really like through the things, and this one is like medium speed, which is maybe not bad if you're a beginner. As a beginner, I would really advise to get something like this. You don't need some of those fancy ones, and just go with this because it isn't that fast and it's easier to maneuver with the foot. But for me, who's used to really high speed and high velocity sewing, I sometimes found that a bit of a nuisance. But, oh yes, and the Singer has specific needles. Don't think you can use you can use the universal needles, but you have to like play with it, how deep you put it in and stuff like that. And then your tension is out. So just remember that you have to get Singer needles for your Singer sewing machine. It really makes a difference. But overall, I would advise anyone who's starting out to invest in these types of machines. These were really good investments, value for money, and on the sewing spectrum, I was pretty amazed at how much I could do with them. I hope this helps you and that you are able to go and make an informed decision when you buy your next sewing machine. If this video was of value for you, I would really love it if you share it with a friend or a family member. And if you're not subscribed yet, I would appreciate that too. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.